Hi, I'm Joe Laycock, and I'm the author of Vampires Today, The Truth About Modern Vampirism. The original vampire was what we would call a zombie today. This was a corpse that crawled up out of its grave and drank your blood and then went back into the grave. The first vampire as we know it was an aristocrat who rose from the dead, and then at the end of the 19th century we of course get Dracula. He's not really seductive. He has bad breath, and he has hairy palms. Then in the 1960s, you had the first sympathetic vampire, a vampire that wasn't evil. And then finally, you have Edward Cullen's. He's part of a happy nuclear family of vampires. And he has nothing to atone for. So this is the most innocuous and the least dark vampire that we've yet seen. Well, when someone first told me that there was a novel about vampires that sparkle in the sun, I assumed they were lying because that didn't make any sense. But we've changed almost everything else about the vampire, so there's really no reason that we can't change this. It will be interesting to see if anyone remembers Twilight in 20 years, 30 years. If we completely remove the dark aspects of the vampire, I have my doubts as to whether it will still have the same appeal, the same types of people. Everyone reads Twilight, not just goths or misfits. There was some concern at first that this was going to cause this crop of Twilight fans who crossed over into identifying as vampires and finding their way into the vampire community. So far that hasn't happened. The majority of the community are in their late teens and early 20s. I haven't met any that avoid garlic or silver. Sunlight, some of them say that they have issues with sunlight, or that they don't tan well, or whatever. Whether or not they are sort of persecuted for their identity as a vampire depends on how they play it. If you dress like everybody else, you're not going to have a problem. Of course, if you show up in your leather corset or something, kids are probably going to talk about you. But high school is always horrible, whether you're a vampire or not.